Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. You're a certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. I'm a mother and a wife. And in 2021, if you don't know it by now, I'm helping you see yourself as the best version of who you are already. So how are you today? It seems like it's been a little while. I wasn't here last week as I could not figure out how to be in two places at the same time. So unfortunately was not here last week, but I had a great time where I was, just in case you were wondering. And I just want to remind you, share, like, and comment. And if you are watching this live with me, please let me know that you're here live and that you're sharing. I noticed that I think the last two episodes, there wasn't much sharing going on. And if you're not sharing, liking, and commenting, no one gets to win the raffle. So therefore, the raffle just sort of sits on the table and not get used. And I want to be able to give that raffle away. So in order for that to happen, you do need to share, like, and comment. Also, remember, for those of you who can't watch every episode live with me, we are on Roku and YouTube, and you can go ahead and check all the episodes out. In fact, you could do a marathon when you don't feel like going out and playing. You can play inside. So again, we're on Roku and YouTube. Feel free to watch there. Now, I want to give a shout out to all of our advertising sponsors that make the show happen week after week after week. And there's a list, so I do need to read off my paper because I'm sure to forget somebody, not because they're not important, but because sometimes I get a little confused. So we're going to start off with CJ Ives Lopez. She is the founder and CEO of the Author's Porch and the Author's Porch magazine. Joe Monkman, he's a shamanic healing practitioner and wellness advocate. We have a new advertiser, which is Dr. Robert Garcia. He's the warrior strategist. And need to make income stream? Talk to my friend, Dr. Rob, with Design Your Paycheck. You definitely want to connect with him because he knows what he's doing. Then we have Natai Bradbury. He's the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy. Kendrick Greer, you all know him. He's the astrologer. He does so much more than astrology, though. He's a graphic designer as well. So if you're looking to get that next book up and going and you need a great cover, reach out to him. Gabriella, don't want to mess up her last name because it's really long. She's a medical intuitive and the founder of Alive Health Solution. Nick Crafter, he's our real estate agent and also the writer, editor, and journalist. So if you need any of that work being done, please reach out to him. And last but not least is Lisa Parenzo. I hope I said her last name right. She is the founder of A Healthful Life. So those are advertising sponsors. If you are interested in being an advertising sponsor, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com and indicate what it is that you do so I can get you on the show as one of our sponsors. Why not? So now that we got pretty much the business stuff out of the way, well, we have one last business thing to get out of the way before I dive into some fun. Again, weren't on the show last week, but do want to remind you the show the week before, that's 2 weeks ago, on September 12th, which was with Gabriella, Understanding COVID and Spike Proteins. Feel free to go and watch that show because believe me when I say it was definitely a worthwhile show to watch. She gave some very interesting information about COVID-19 and spike proteins and how to take care of yourself if you've already had COVID or if you haven't. So if you missed that episode, please go ahead and watch it so you don't miss it and you can stay up to date to what's going on in the world and how to take care of you because it just seems like something that makes sense to do. So now, how are you? How is everybody doing? Let's all take a deep breath in. Let's take a deep breath in because I have some amazing news to share regarding what's going on in the planets, the cosmic world, regarding Mercury. Now, those of you who are aware, we have been in what we call the Mercury shadow period for the past 2 weeks. We are literally 2 days away from going from Mercury shadow to Mercury retrograde. Now, those of you who have no idea, what Mercury retrograde means, what Mercury is about. Mercury is our planet of communication, technology, networking, brainstorming, marketing, listening, and really connecting with anything that involves technology. So anything that runs off of technology, your car, your phone, your computer, everything, everything runs off of technology. During Mercury retrograde, now Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap. A lot of astrologers talk about Mercury retrograde being this taboo thing where, oh my God, it's going to be like the worst 3 weeks of our lives. Well, I want to bring that energy and shift it around a little bit and say to you, it's actually not going to be the worst 3 weeks of your life. It's actually going to be a lot of fun, because what Mercury does, for that matter, what any retrograde does, it gives you an opportunity to reboot things and reboot, review, revisit, rejuvenate, even reevaluate. And Mercury is our planet, like I said, about communication, networking, brainstorming, marketing. And maybe this may be a time for you to sort of reevaluate how you're doing that. If you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you might be in that mindset of like having to recharge your branding. Maybe it's time. I mean, there's a lot that's been going on in the last 2 years. So maybe you might want to change it up a little bit. You might be in that space of like maybe setting up new business cards or wanting to get in front of a different group of people because your vibe has changed, similar to mine. My vibe's changed in the last give and take 5 years. So, I mean, I went from being a personal trainer to a holistic personal trainer. What the hell's the difference? Putting it really simple and easy, and I'm stealing this line from a woman I was chatting with the other day. My personal training went from 3D into holistic personal training to 5D. And if you have no idea what that just means, it means that the energy of how I serve my clients, the vibration is so much higher. And it's not just about the person, it's about the person's mind, body, and spirit, and the emotions attached to us, because we all are emotional beings. So when we think about this Mercury retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to really reflect on changing up things. And Mercury is in retrograde in Libra season. Now, what's Libra season about? It's about balancing your contracts and your marriage. Now, I know right away your eyebrows just raised, your ears opened up when I used the word marriage. Some of you might be sitting back and saying, but I'm not married. Well, it's not just the traditional term marriage where like you're literally married to somebody, but it's also about what you're married to, what principles, what habits, what beliefs, what patterns, what programming are you married to? And perhaps Mercury is going to help you trim that a little bit and realign it to some degree, because again, every one of us over the last 2 years have literally evolved from that 3D to that 5D energy. Some of us are already there, and some of us are working their way up, but we're all getting there. And Mercury is going to help in that. So whatever philosophy you're married to, you might have to sort of switch it up just a little bit. And that's what Mercury is going to do. Mercury goes retrograde as of the 27th. Today is the 26th. So literally 24 hours from now, I don't know the exact time, but 24 hours from now, Mercury will be in retrograde with 6 other planets, which makes it 7 planets in retrograde all at the same time for the next 10 days. Now, why do I say next 10 days? Because luckily enough, by October 6th, some of the planets that have been retrograde since April are going to start to go direct. Thank God we can breathe again. But before we go into that breathing process, recognize that we are going to literally have 7 planets, thank God, not 10, 7 planets in retrograde for 10 days. So what exactly does that mean? That means there's going to be a whole lot of transforming, structuring, redirecting, healing, and letting go. And I said it in a nutshell, because again, you got Pluto that's going to be going direct on October 6th. Pluto is our planet of destruction and like demolition, and it's going to go direct. So anything up until now that needs to literally be dissolved by October 6th, that's what's going to happen. So anything that you've been holding on to and resisting the hell out of because you don't want to let it go, once it goes direct, that's the energy it's moving into. It's going to rip it off, and that's going to be the end of it. And then on October 10th, on 1010, getting us ready for the 1111 energy, Saturn is going to go direct, and Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, organization. So again, if you have not done your organizing and ripping things out, well, get ready because it's going to happen. So I'm going to leave you with just that because I'm going to be sharing a lot more of this the first Wednesday rather, in October for Joanne's Cosmic Energy radio show, which takes place at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Strong Island Radio. So tune in for that because I'm going to be sharing a whole lot of information on that day. Anyway, so I do want to help you get your energy aligned for the energy that we are in right now with Mercury going retrograde. So let's go through this really quickly. I want you just to take a breath. And also know that you can catch my cosmic energy forecast that I just did on my YouTube channel, which is Holistic Fitness Barry Cologne. By next week, I'll have a flyer that will give you that information. You can go and check out my forecast for all 12 zodiac signs and what's in store for you. But for now, let's tune in on one chakra so you can be aligned for this energy. And that energy is that Mercury retrograde is going to help you with financial abundance. So if you are struggling with your finances, Mercury is going to help you reevaluate how you look at that. Because again, Libra season is about our contracts, and those contracts could be about your finances. But in order to have financial abundance, you got to focus. You got to focus on being in abundance. If you are focused on not having enough, or you're struggling, or like you're living day to day, then that's the energy that you're going to attract. So you really do have to redirect your thinking in order to start attracting something different. As long as you stay focused on those thoughts of not having enough, that's what's got to show up because you are the creator. So if you want to have financial abundance, start focusing on literally the dollars, the $100 bills literally just coming into your door, that every person that walks into your door is ready to sign up for some sort of program that you offer, some sort of service. Every person that walks in is ready without a doubt in their mind. 1-7 is all about 8. This is about your karmic cycle regarding financial abundance. Work on that third eye to start visualizing and creating the financial abundance that you wish to have in your life. So with all that being said, I'm going to give you a minute to get yourself some water, go take a bathroom break, because I'm going to take a quick commercial break. And when I get back, I will have my guest here. I'll be right back.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hey everybody, Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And if you want help developing your own income streams and entrepreneurial systems, feel free to reach out to me at dragonsgold76@gmail.com. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And before I introduce you to my guest, I just want to remind you to like, share, and comment on today's show. It's really important because I do believe there's a raffle giveaway at the end of the show. Unfortunately, I won't have a raffle to announce from 2 weeks ago show because no one shared, no one liked, and no one commented. Not a good thing. I'm scolding you guys here. Anyway. Just want to bring you back to our card for today. It's all about the third eye. What we focus on is what is our reality. And our affirmation is financial abundance. So how many of us want to focus on financial abundance? I know I do. And I want every one of you to focus on that every person that walks through your business door is coming in to sign a contract for a service that you offer. Doesn't matter what it is. You're not going to have to give them the big business meal. They're just going to say, I want it. Where's the dotted line? And then they're just going to sign up because you're in financial abundance, because that's what you're attracting. As long as you focus on that, that's what's going to happen. If you focus on not having enough or, oh my God, no. The only thing I want to give you here is to focus on being attracted and aligning high-paying clients. That's all, high-paying clients. If they want your service, they're willing to pay for it. End of discussion. That's our card for today. So I'm so excited to have Lisa here. Lisa, did I say your last name right before? Perenzo? Or my screwing is still up again?
Peranzo. You're like
Peranzo. There you go. Yes. So let our viewers know who you are, what you do.
So my name is Lisa Peranzo. I have been so blessed to have been on here. Now, is this time 4 or time 5? I don't even know.
I don't even remember. I know this time around is, I think, the second time around. And I know you were on before several times.
Yes.
So I don't remember. And I think there's one more. I think we have one more.
No, this is our last one.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think there's no.
I know. Like, you're like my soul sister. The planet will bring us back.
I was going to say, even if it might be the last one for now,
it's not the last one.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even possible. So today we're going to be chatting about one of my favorite things, which is about pre and post workout meals. Now, I know for myself, as a personal trainer for, oh my God, over 30 years, holy shit. People tend to forget how important our meals are pre-workout and then after workout. People don't, I have clients who don't even eat before they work out. And I'm like, how do you expect to have the energy to do what you're looking to do if you're not eating? So Lisa, can you talk to us about that? The pre and post workout meals, how important is the pre?
Okay, can we even take this a step further just into, or is this like too deep in the weeds to say even nutrition in general? Because, so normally we pregame our calls, but for this one we didn't, because I knew, and I think Joanne did too, that we were just going to be on the same page. We're like, we're on the same page with everything else. And in reflecting prior to the recording now, I was thinking about all the clients I've worked with and how it's an issue with nutrition in general, not just pre and post workout. And I was like, I bet she's seeing the same thing, especially with not eating enough of the right things. And for me, it's that, like, how can you even hone in on a pre and post workout meal when, like, your nutrition, not diet, I don't like that word, that's not my jam, but your nutrition in general is not under control. And what I find most of the time is the clients that I have are not eating enough. Yes. And when I talk to them about eating more, just more, and then refining it down into that pre and post workout nutrition, there is a lot of fear that comes up about eating making them fat. So is that like too much in the weeds to even start with? Because
I actually think it's perfect.
So fire, but for me, it's the nutrition is so much deeper than like what you're shoveling in your face, and it's your relationship with food on a very deeper level. And a lot of people get really intimidated when you want to like dive into that.
Yes. Well, it's like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it here. I've done so many lives today. I don't know where the hell I said this. And it's actually the theme of my new course I actually created and recreating for something else. But when we think about fitness in general, whatever it looks like, fitness just because somebody wants to be healthy, or fitness because they're competing, whatever it looks like. But our energy in itself on a whole is changing. We're literally, most of us are going from a 3D into a 5D vibration. Mm-hmm. So therefore, we're going into a 5D vibration. We have to recognize that when we think about nutrients is a part of being able to sustain the energy we need to sustain for what we're looking to do. And we need to have a good relationship with food.
Yes.
And if we don't have that good relationship, it's like you said, Lisa, it's one of those situations where your clients, my clients, and all the clients out there twinge when we say to them, you need to eat calories in order to benefit from what you're doing. What is a 90-calorie meal going to do for somebody when they're going to go and do a 1-hour workout? What the hell is it going to do for them?
I honestly, okay, so for me personally, I don't count my calories.
Neither do I.
I don't weigh my food. I look at life and the fuel that I put into my body as a means of what is the quality of food that I am giving my body.
Yes.
Because if I treat my body well, my body will perform for me. So I need to respect it in every single level, including what I put into my mouth. Exactly. And that's what I want to teach my clients. And I think the twinge comes from, and I know you and I can like go on a whole tangent on like the fitness industry as a whole and like nutrition and all that, these like quick fix diets. Like, oh, you're going to count your calories, you're going to weigh your food, you're going to do whatever, or you're going to eat spinach for like 30 days and you're going to drop all this weight, which you will. If you've been doing nothing with your nutrition and you go from 0 to 60, you will see results, but those results will not be maintainable results.
Exactly. And then also too, we have to remind ourselves that if one is losing weight on the scale, what is that weight that they're losing actually consist of?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. It's like the reality of it all is muscle is part of that weight.
Right.
So if you're losing weight on the scale, it means you're losing muscle.
Mm-hmm. And probably too much of it, I would venture to say, depending on the person.
Yes.
And I know with my clients, a lot of the conversation that we have, especially if they are looking to release weight, is if I'm having you picking up heavy things off the ground, your body needs to support the practicality of that movement by gaining muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. So when you step onto that scale, what you might actually be seeing is either stagnation in the number or an increase in the number. And that number really messes with people's heads, especially women. And when you start having these like deeper level conversations, like holy moly, but let's look at water retention, hormonal levels. Like, are you going to the doctor every other day to get your blood drawn to see where your hormones are at? Are we knowing that everything is like firing from a, quote unquote normal place? We don't know that.
Exactly. And I also want to bring to the viewers' attention, because both Lisa and I know what the word releasing weight is, but for those out there who are still living in that 3D mindset, releasing is, we're replacing the word losing with the word releasing. And the reason why we replace losing with releasing is anytime you lose something, psychologically, you're going to go back to look for it, because that's just a normal thing we do psychologically.
Lost.
When we focus on releasing something, now we are slowly letting it go, but we're also focusing on what is attached to it, so we can release it from. And then psychologically, we're not going to go back to look for it again, because we've come to the understanding that we don't need it anymore, which is why we released it. So I just want the viewers to understand that. And that's the new term, the 5D term that I've been using for the last 10 years, to losing weight as to releasing it. And when you release weight, you're more guaranteed to keep that weight off.
Yes.
As opposed to losing it.
Yes. Yes. And really, from my own like personal experience, for me, the like beautiful example of that is when I got hurt because of muscle atrophy and being on bed rest and all these things, I gained 40 pounds. And then with my daughter, I gained 40 pounds. So I've lost 80 pounds over my life, and that's what I would say.
Congratulations.
But when I had my daughter, that's what I would say. I lost it. But what I had to come to understand was that it did not serve me and I needed to let it go. And part of that, I know that this is like probably deep in the weeds, but we're going there. We're going there is releasing the trauma.
Yes.
That I had experienced. I had to process it and I had to let it go because it no longer served me. And when I got to that point, which my workouts greatly shifted. So before that point, I was doing 2-a-days, sometimes 3-a-days for my own stuff, in addition to prepping for classes and clients, that life, and not eating enough. I was in a calorically deprived state.
Yes.
When I got to the point where I was like, this does not serve me anymore, I am miserable. I was working out less, I was eating more, and I saw better results. And I will say the results did not come for me in the number on the scale. I actually do not own a scale. I refuse to own a scale because I think that for me, my psyche can get too tied into that number. Oh, yeah. I was going off of how my clothes fit, and very, very frankly, did I like how I looked naked with the lights on to myself, not anybody else. Exactly. I needed to like how I looked naked.
Exactly.
And when I got to that point, I was like, okay, now we've arrived. Now I know what I need to do, and I can take that still don't own a scale.
Exactly. And when you look at it, when you evaluate in that extent, where it's not about the scale weight as it is now about the emotional connection that you have with your actual body, where like you're looking at the mirror and you're saying, okay, do I like what I look like naked? There's nothing covering me. Do I like this? And whatever created, whatever, and I'm gonna go deep here too. Whatever you called in to call in that additional weight, whether it was from your trauma of your injury or your pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Both things, and both of them, one's a happy experience and one's not a happy experience. But regardless of the factor, on both of them, you gained 40 pounds each.
Yes.
But you gained the 40 pounds each because there was something psychologically that you were calling in for that purpose, for something.
Yes.
And that's the emotional connection to it.
Yes.
And once you were ready to work on releasing the emotional connection and really fine tuning, then you were ready to release the 40 pounds from each experience. Yes. And interesting enough, and I'm kind of curious if the viewers are even catching on to this, did you notice though, Lisa, that when you gained the weight on the two different experiences, that it was both only 40 pounds?
Yes. Oh, I for sure noticed that.
Yeah. It wasn't like you gained 50 pounds in one and 40 pounds in the other. Literally, and this tells me something, that based on your body weight and your body, your what we call the net body weight of what your body is potentially able to put on, your scope is no more than 40 pounds. Your body will not allow you to go 40 pounds, anything over 40 pounds of a weight gain. Mm-hmm. Because psychologically, that's like your body saying, okay, this is all we're going to be able to handle here. Anything beyond this is not going to work out so well.
Right. But it was me really not only having to work through like that deep emotional stuff, but it was me also really having to get to a point where I was comfortable with eating.
Yes. Well, I think that's the key here.
Right.
It's being comfortable with eating. It's like, for example, when you start dating, whether you're dating for the first time or you're dating your husband, whatever it is, you have to be comfortable in that relationship for it to be easy and at ease. The same thing with food. If you're going to think, oh my God, if I put that burger in my mouth, oh my God, what's it going to do to me? Well, it's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do, because that's what you're focused on.
Yes.
As we said earlier, the card, what we're focused on. So if we think a burger is going to cause us to put on 20 pounds and be bloated and whatever not, then that's the very thing that's going to happen. Now, if you think about it as, okay, I'm going to eat this burger, and every piece of the nutrients in this burger, no matter how much it is or how little it is, my body is going to use this nutrients for what it needs. And it's going to help me be the best version of who I am. And that's like my philosophy with food. It's like, well, this is what I'm choosing to have, and I'm going to use it for the purpose of why I want it.
Yes. Because it facilitates the hard work that you're doing. You know, like you said at the beginning of this, like the clients who come in and they haven't eaten before. So then for me, on a deeper level, what you're showing your body is that you don't respect it, because you're not giving it the fuel that it needs prior to whatever kind of workout you're doing. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You get through the workout, and your body is going to give you immediate feedback to that. You're going to feel dizzy. You're not going to perform at the level that you want to perform. You might end up throwing up.
Oh yeah, you might get that nausea, you know, what we call the hyperglycemia experience, because your sugar has literally dived.
Yes.
Because you haven't had anything to eat. And if you did have something to eat, it might have not have been enough calories to sustain what you were doing in the workout. So it's like, okay, your gas tank is here, and this is full, but you didn't fill it up to begin with. So now you're gonna go deep and flatline. It's like, yeah. So when we think about the pre and the post workout meals, like I know for me, when I do pre and post, the calorie difference for me anyway is not really a big difference. My thing is, I need to eat before I work out, and I need to eat after I work out. And that's just the bottom line. I mean, theoretically, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, it's going to be very different. Now, how about for you? What is your mindset on that?
My mindset on that is very similar to yours. I have started tweaking my post-workout routine in terms of the amount of protein that I'm taking in. Now, again, this is for me, and this is me experimenting on myself to see what makes me feel the best pre and post workout. So that's like my disclaimer with all of this. So my post workout routine, I've shifted into having, what I will do is have a protein shake immediately after my workout within like 10 to 20 minutes. That is a well-rounded protein that has branched chain amino acids in it to help me with muscle recovery and all these things. And then within an hour after that, I'm eating a meal.
Yes, you're actually chewing food.
And I am actually chewing food. And the purpose of that, and again, this is for me, this is where I'm at with my body right now, is I want to see a longer sustained burn. And I know that if I am fueling that properly, I will get better results from the heavy lifting or the HIIT or whatever I'm doing. It also helps me and my body speed along the recovery process so that I know I'm not going to be as sore from this workout, and I can work just as hard tomorrow. And with all of this, it is proper hydration. Before, during, and after the workout.
Yes, hydration is the key. I mean, because again, just as we're going to put nutrients in the body, we need to keep our body hydrated as well, which actually decreases the bloat experience. Because when you're drinking enough water, your body will not be bloated.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So with that being said, because again, as Lisa and I are sharing just about what we're doing, you know, which is examples, in order for you to find out what you're supposed to do, Lisa, let them know how they can reach you.
So the two easiest ways to reach me are Instagram on my DMs. My handle is my name, @LisaPeranzo. And then my website, which is www.ahealthfullife.org.
Excellent. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to be sharing about, which I don't think I shared this with Lisa, but I think she'll be fine. We're going to be sharing about balancing fueling and feeding. And I'll explain to you what that means when we get back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, do you want meds for that? There's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalician, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest, Lisa, here. We've been, even during the commercial break, we were just like really at it in reference to what's going on with this, what's going on with the world with women specifically. Now, not so much men, and I'm sure men too have this whole big issue about, about eating, but I think this is really about women having this fear of like, oh my God, I'm supposed to eat? Hell yeah, you need to friggin' fuel your muscles so you can have friggin' muscles.
Yes, or it's the like, oh, I can't eat that, it's gonna make me fat.
Yeah, I want to put this out there right now, and that is my disclaimer: food does not make you fat. No, food does not make you fat. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if you want to have ice cream, if you want to have pizza, or you want to have a salad with avocados, with strawberries and almonds, it does not make you fat. Sorry, it just doesn't. What makes you fat is your mindset. Your mindset. Today's show is all about mindset, because it's your mindset. It's what you friggin' tell yourself. So if I want to sit there and eat a container of ice cream, and I tell myself that this container of ice cream has X amount of protein in it, my body's going to use it for muscle. It's got X amount of fat in it, my body's going to actually use that to help me. And it's got carbohydrates in it and sugar that my body's going to use for the energy that I'm going to use for my workout. Guess what that ice cream's going to do for me? It's going to help me. But now if I turn around and think about it as, oh shit, I'm going to sit here and have this ice cream that I'm going to indulge in and feel really good about while digging my spoon in my mouth. And then 10 minutes after I'm done eating, I'm going to sit there and say, oh shit, I now feel bloated and now this and that. And I just don't feel so. And I'm going to put 10 pounds on because I had ice cream. Well, get the frig, what's going to happen to you? You're going to put 10 pounds on because that's your mindset. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. So, Lisa, how to balance fueling and feeding. Now, the difference between, I'm going to give my definition and then Lisa's going to give hers. Actually, you know what? Since this is about Lisa's show, Lisa, you give your definition first.
Fueling for me is the things that I am putting in my body that specifically impact my athletic performance.
Yes, excellent. And feeding?
All the other things. It's like feeding for me. I think of like that eat, pray, love, like feeding my soul.
Exactly. And we think about even the word feeding at one point in the 3D version of nutrition, that even had a bad name.
Right.
A bad rap. Well, I'm feeding my body. Well, yeah, you're feeding your soul. Your soul is saying, you know what? I friggin' want ice cream today.
Right.
So
Well,
why can't I have ice cream today?
let's be real. I'm Italian. My husband is Italian. I grew up in a very, I would say, fairly traditional Italian household. Food was a predominant force in our household, and that
Yeah.
it was the feeding aspect of it. It was the familial aspect of it. It was the gathering around the table as a group to talk about your day. So when you say feeding, I think of my parents' house growing up, cooking
Exactly.
dinner with my mom, learning how to cook the Italian food with my grandparents. That's what I think of.
Yeah. When we think about feeding, it's like the joy, the
Hmm.
excitement, this is gonna make me so damn happy, and I'm gonna be thrilled, and oh my Lord, I'm just gonna be like screaming out of joy. That's the feeding part of it. Not that it has to be this negative force behind it.
Right.
And to have both, because I think theoretically, and it's so interesting that I decided to want to use the word balance in this, because we are in Libra season based on astrology, and Libra is all about finding that balance between the two,
Yeah.
and Lisa, for you, when you work with your clients, what is and it might be very different for each client, but just in general, what is the ratio that you suggest to your clients to have regarding that fueling and feeding process? What's the ratio you use for them?
It really does depend on the individual.
That's
What
what
I'm
you were
looking
saying.
at more with clients when they work with me privately, when it comes to, feeding versus fueling, is when you're looking at the feeding side of things, why are you feeding certain things? How are you feeding certain things? And what's your relationship? So it's like what you said with the ice cream. Like, to me, that's the relationship with food. Like, okay, I'm not the trainer who's going to tell you to cut out anything unless there is a medicinal purpose behind it.
Yes.
If a doctor has told you that you have, I don't know, a gluten intolerance, celiac, whatever, you need to not be putting that into your body,
Exactly.
right? All things, typical or whatever, what I'm going to ask you to look at is your relationship with the food and how you're respecting your body in terms of the relationship with that food. What I have found is that if I tell you, don't eat, give me a food, something for 30 days, this is the perfect one. Don't drink for 30 days.
Yeah.
Don't drink.
That's like telling me not to have, and this is my weak point, folks, not to have hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts, because I need to have one
Right?
one hot chocolate every single day, and I'm not talking a small. I'm talking I need a friggin' medium hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts, and it's got to be Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate. Won't drink it from anywhere else, but I have to have it every day.
Right? But you can stop yourself at one.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, believe it or not, funny to say, I used to, and it wasn't from Dunkin' Donuts. I used to do 2 hot chocolates a day, where I would go down to the deli and buy, put the what do they call that? The cocoa mix, that package, into a large cup of water, and put 1 package in, and then later go back and get another large full of water and put another cocoa mix. So theoretically, I had 2 chocolate mixes with 2 large waters. That was how I dealt with it in my head, my mindset.
Right.
But then I decided, I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can cut this down to only 1 medium hot chocolate. Now, I don't think I did really much of a service here, because originally my chew was really full with water and just cocoa mix.
Yeah, now you're having, I see
Now
what you're
now I'm having Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate, and we won't even go there to what's in my Dunkin' Donuts chocolate. I mean, I don't put anything in it. It just comes out of the friggin' machine. but yeah, Lisa, if you were to tell me, Joanne, how about you don't have that for 30 days and see how you feel?
What's going to happen is you're going to feel super deprived for the 30 days. And then when you get access to it after the 30 days is up, you're going to binge on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Yes, 90% of people are going to binge on it, which shows me that we need to work on the relationship with food more. So how can you say, I'm good with 1?
Exactly.
And not 5?
Yes. And again, being transparent down there, I've gone I think the longest I've gone was 14 days without my hot chocolate. 14 days. I drive by the Dunkin' Donuts and be like, no, not today. Not gonna have it today. And 14 days later, I'm like, I want to have one today. And it's just one of those things. I mean, in my mind, it's like that's really theoretically the only thing I have that I would say, quote unquote, would be on the list of like, okay, let's evaluate this,
Right. But even then, it's like, for me, if I were coaching you on that, I would let that go. Because everything else is on point. We're good to go with all the other things. If that's like the one vice, that's not the end of the world to me.
That is true. That is very true. And to me, it's like, it's just one medium size.
Right.
Maybe one day, I'll just decide not to. But for right now, it's just like, it's just so yummy. And I look forward to it at the end of my day when I leave work. As I get ready to drive home, I literally walk into the store. I don't even have to tell them what I want anymore. I walk in and they have it prepared for me. They literally, I guess they see me on their little camera. I walk in, they're like, hot cocoa, here you go. I'm like, thank you. It's so good I didn't decide to come in here for something else. But that to me is learning how to balance the fueling part and then also the feeding part.
Right.
And then there's no guilt. There's some days there are. Sometimes I'm like, Joe, you really should be cutting this shit out. But I'm like, but why? Why do I need to cut it out?
Exactly. And that's what I say, but why? And then the thing for me too with that is, if a client is like, okay, well, I'm going to cut out whatever, just pick a thing. Okay, well then are you going to have that cut out for forever? Because incorporating that back in could do more damage than just keeping it and decreasing the amount in the first place.
Yes, exactly. Which I think too, when one gets to that point where they can say to themselves, they are going to have less of it as opposed to not having it at all. Because again, I mean, if this is something somebody wants, it's like, for example, someone deciding, well, I'm never going to have bread again. It's like, okay, how's that going to work for you? And it's really funny because I actually speak from experience when I say that. I mean, if you would have met me, oh my God, probably 30 years ago or 35 years ago or even 40 years ago, I didn't have bread. I didn't have ice cream. I didn't have cake. I didn't have cookies. I wouldn't even have a hot cocoa. I mean, God forbid, that was just not allowed, and I just didn't. And I just stopped eating those things.
Even look at the mindset with that though. It's like so restrictive.
Yes, exactly. Thank goodness as I got older, I became a lot hell smarter and realized like, you know what, if I want to have that friggin' bagel, which I do now have, I'd say I'm going to have that friggin' bagel and I'm going to enjoy every calorie that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said before, I sit there and say to myself, okay, the amount of protein that's in this, and I have no clue. It's not like I'm sitting there calculating the proteins because I have no clue. I don't do the research to say, okay, this bagel has X amount of protein, X amount of carbs, X amount of fat. I just know that it does. Right. And so I said in my mind, with the nutrients that's in this food, I'm going to use it for my muscle. So my muscles can be strong and healthy and I can have the energy that I need to have to do what it is I want to do.
Right.
And then that's it. And then I'm having it, I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it, and I move about my day.
Yes. And it's not a big deal. No. But I think that's where like the health industry as a whole fails people, because then there's this focus on the like fad diet. It's the you can't eat bread, you can't eat pasta, you can't have this, you can't, and then you can't, and then you can't, and then the person has it after a while and they lose the results that they've gained. And then what that does is it messes with their mind and on a very deep level, it's I'm not worthy of this.
Exactly.
When in reality, it's just, you haven't been set up to be successful in the first place.
Exactly. So again, it really is about the mindset and giving yourself permission to say to yourself, my body needs fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally my body needs to be fed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that occasionally could be every day or you know, like for myself, if I eat anywhere between 5 to 6 times a day, one of those meals may very well be a meal where it's a feeding meal as opposed to a fueling meal.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it's going to be that way every single day, but it does mean that, you know what, I know in my head, if I have an event to go to and I don't bring food with me, that there's a possibility that that's going to be a feeding meal as opposed to a fueling meal, only because I need to eat and I did not bring food with me. And I know that where I'm getting my food from in the store, it may not be the best choices.
Right.
But I'm not going to go without eating.
Nope.
You know, and there's many people who, you know, they'll be out and about and they'll search in the store and they're like, well, there's nothing to eat. Okay, so what are you saying? You're not going to eat anything because you can't find something that's healthy? Like, okay, you know what? Go eat something, because it's better to eat something than not eat anything at all.
Right. Right. And I think that there's a lot of very trendy idea. I'm thinking of one, and I do not know the name of this because honestly, I just didn't ever want to learn the name of it. Diet that became trendy. And I'm calling it a diet because that's what it was. The word diet in it, that was what was happening. And it was very trendy out of the brick and mortar that I was training out of. And it was leaving people in such a calorically deprived state that they could not even get through a low impact workout. They were getting dizzy. They were seeing spots. They were on the verge of passing out. And they felt like hot trash, straight up hot trash. And what ended up happening, which to me, I was like, oh girl, if this is not karma, the universe, and all the things speaking to you, I can't make this any clearer for you. They ended up gaining weight. Because their body went into a hormonal state of saying, you are starving me. So anything that you give me, even if it is a bag, they were eating bags of spinach for dinner, girl.
What the hell is spinach going to do for us? I mean, yes, we need spinach. We need spinach on top of whatever it is we're eating, but not by itself.
Nothing with it. Maybe like 4 ounces of lean fish. Maybe. I heard one of them say. They started gaining weight. And they started gaining weight because their body was literally like, anything that you give me, I am going to hold on to this because you are depriving me.
Exactly.
And so many other ways. And they were miserable.
Exactly. So again, going back into that balance, it's so important. You know, the fueling, the feeding, the nutrients in, you got to have the nutrients in. If you're going, you know, and this is not even just about wrapping it up for a workout. This is just about every day. We need to fuel our body. We need to feed our body the nutrients it needs so you can do your everyday activities, which is working, you know, getting up and breathing. I mean, your heart actually needs calories so it can breathe.
Yes, boosting your immune system with healthy food.
Yes.
How's that not a priority in the past almost year and a half? That's a huge priority right now.
Exactly. It's
huge priority always.
There's no words. That's how like stumbling I am. It is. Oh my lordy. Anyway, let our viewers know again how they can reach you so they can learn the right amount, the right balance for them for what they're doing in their life.
Love it. So Instagram is the easiest way. My handle is my name @LisaPeranzo. And you can also find me on my website, www.ahealthfullife.org.
Excellent. And what are we in our second portion of the show? I've lost track of where the hell we are. But what I want to do very quickly, if you're okay with it, Lisa, is give you a card reading.
Sure.
Give you some insight on what's going on in your world right now.
I would love it. Go for it.
All right. And just hold a question in your mind that you would like some insight on, and I'll be more than happy to give it. And just say your full name that's on your birth certificate out loud, just 3 times for me.
Okay. Lisa Marie Peranzo. Lisa Marie Peranzo. Lisa Marie Peranzo.
Excellent. And for Lisa Marie Peranzo, she says powerful. She is powerful. She is powerful.
Oh,
Yes.
good number. I like the number.
Yes, powerful. And 44, which is a power number. When we think of 4, it's you are powerful in your foundation. You are building a brand new foundation in the work that you do.
Oh, God.
And that 8 energy is about abundance. She's laughing. Why are we laughing?
Well, I mean, I'll have to share this with you, not on a recording, but another time. But yeah, that's definitely happening in some aspects of my business right now, in the best of ways.
Of course. And that's going to lead to financial abundance, which was what our card was for the show. That 8 energy, financial abundance. So we already know it resonates with her because she just busted out laughing on me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? The chakra associated is the solar plex. So what I hear here is just a matter of trusting that you're exactly where you need to be and just being in alignment. Again, focus on that financial abundance that you're definitely aligned to and continue being as powerful as you are.
Oh, thank you. I like that card. That's a good card.
I like that card too. Excellent, excellent. So one last time, let our viewers know how they can reach you.
So Instagram, easiest way, at Lisa Peranzo. Go into the DMs, say that you listen to us on the show, say that you like, shared, and comment too, because that's important. And then my website, www.ahealthfullife.org.
Excellent. And Lisa, would you like to be the one to give the raffle giveaway for this week, or do you want me to do it?
I can offer a raffle. I would love to offer your people a raffle.
What would you like to give them?
My raffle in this idea of abundance is an hour-long free consultation with me for you to pick my brain, help you tweak, for you to get to your goals more efficiently, an hour of my time.
Excellent.
Which is not cheap.
No, it's not at all. And it shouldn't be, because she's worth every dollar. So, but again, for those of you who are watching, whether you're watching live on the replay, in order to even get a chance to win that, you have to share, like, and comment. If you don't share, like, and comment, then that consultation is going to go to me. I'm going to get an hour to pick her brain. And my name will be on the raffle winner because I'll share and like and comment, and that's a guarantee. So you gotta be better than me, guys, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to come back with the conclusion of today's show. We'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, do you want meds for that? There's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalichin, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Cologne. I had my amazing guest on today, Lisa Peranzo, and she is the founder of A Healthful Life. And if you're just tuning in, you missed a great show. Please go back and watch on Roku or YouTube so you can watch today's show, because it was really an amazing show based on pre and post workout meals, and nutrients just for the general population, and also learning how to balance fueling and feeding your body, because both are important. So with that being said, I'm sure you all want to know who's coming on next week's show. I have one of my other favorite guests, Nick Rafter. We're going to continue just talking about all the changes that are going on in his life and the things that he and I share about off camera. So he will be on next week's show. So tune in, usual time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I think I might have forgotten to include this flyer, but if I did, that's great. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Next week, is it next week? Next Wednesday? This is not the last, I don't even know. I'm so confused. But anyway, come join me on the first Wednesday in October for Joanne's Cosmic Energy radio show. I have an amazing guest coming on who's an astrologer. No, it's not Kendrick. It's a different astrologer. Done some amazing work with her last week, and she is really amazing at doing a storytelling with astrology. And her first name is Kitty. She's got this really, really long last name. But if there's a flyer there, then you'll see that. If there's no flyer, I'll post one later. Also, just promos, final promos before I get kicked off the show right now. The Author's Porch podcast and also the Author's Porch magazine. The second issue comes out October 5th. All of it's by CJ Ives Lopez. Then we also have Spirit Messages every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Joe Monkman. You definitely want to join that. Hit him up. Come join us. And last but not least, Alive by Gabriella. Are you frustrated with the lack of information out there regarding health? Well, reach out to her as well. So all that being said, remember, share, like, and comment so you can be in this week's raffle winner. There was no raffle winner from the last week. Sorry, but if you didn't share, you didn't like, and you didn't comment, I couldn't choose anybody. Please, 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 please play so you can win this week's raffle that Lisa's giving away. 1 hour time with her. Talk her brain off about health, fitness, and wellness. All that being said, have yourself a blessed week. Enjoy Mercury Retrograde as it starts tomorrow. 10 days with 7 planets in retrograde. Woohoo! Bye-bye for now.